Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's council meeting. Would you please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order and open with roll call.
Goodell.
Here.
Slater.
Here.
Baumgarten.
Here.
Rusher.
Here.
Then we need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We need a motion to approve the minutes of the January 21st, 2013 regular council meeting.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Then we need a motion to approve the treasurer's monthly investment report and the January's treasurer's report.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then we need a motion to approve the claims for January. Has anybody got any questions?
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Do we have anything from the public in attendance this evening? If not, we'll move into a public hearing. This being the time and place for the scheduled public hearing to review rezoning requests as recommended for approval by the Planning and Zoning Commission, I will open the public hearing at 5:32. Aaron?
These are all the recommendations from planning and zoning to change 3 districts and the zoning classification of 3 districts and 2 requirements for districts, the industrial zoning and the commercial district zoning. I'll just kind of go over those now. There'll be ordinances at the end to actually approve this, but just what some of the changes were. The first change is that will be considered in the ordinance is a change to allow residential uses on the first floor of structures in the downtown district so long as they do not front Sumner and do not occupy more than 50% of the first floor. The idea with planning and zoning and when the city attorney drafted the potential ordinance was to make sure that it didn't change the look of Sumner but allowed a more flexible use of some of the buildings in Sumner, on Sumner Street, or Sumner Avenue. So the, after, I think Planning and Zoning talked about this 3 to 4 meetings, and finally this is what came before the council. There was one dissenting opinion even after all the conversation to pass this, but it did pass Planning and Zoning. The next ordinance would change I-1 General Industrial District to allow wood structures in industrial districts. It does exclude wood siding or asphalt shingles also in that ordinance change. That was one of the concerns of planning and zoning, is not to end up with structures you'd see traditionally in residential districts to still have the outside be metal, metal roofs, things like that, but to allow the wood frame in those districts. That concern was brought forward by some business owners that felt that the steel structures were more expensive, and we've had traditionally allowed variances for wood frame structures in industrial districts. So it's kind of to go along with what the idea is, to change it to go along with what we're allowing in variances, and then and to allow those more economical buildings to be built there. The third ordinance change is reclassifying from R1 to I1 the land that was recently annexed into the city next to the Northwest Industrial Park. It came in when it was annexed into the city. It came online as a single-family residence, and it needs to be changed over to industrial so that it can be platted into the Northwest Industrial Park, which was the intent when it was annexed. The next ordinance would change one of the districts from R3 to C2. This is the northeast corner of Highway 3 and 19th Street North. And the owner is looking to build a large storage building on the land. not really to run a business out of there, just mainly for storage. I think it's going to be about 8,000 square feet, so a fairly large building. The FAA has signed off on that due to the proximity to the airport, so this is the last hurdle for that building to be authorized by the zoning administrator. And then the last ordinance to be considered is removing a mobile home designation from the land that is bordered by the mill race, the river, and park shed. The land in that area is currently designated as a M1 mobile home residential zoning district and would be changed to an R3 residential zoning district, and this would more accurately reflect the use of the land and the potential future use of the land. So those are all the changes that planning and zoning referred to the council.
One question I have is the lot that we're talking about by the hospital out there. Can that have a wood structure on that? Because that side is kind of different, or is that, which is kind of the facial side there for how that is and stuff? I guess I don't, maybe it makes no difference, I'm just curious.
That would be a commercial district, so it would allow a wood structure in that, because that's not an industrial
okay.
currently, so.
I didn't know where the industrial park started going up that way.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. On the one side of 19th Street is not technically the industrial park, but it is industrial zoned. The other side is HCDA industrial park and has the covenants of HCDA on top that have to be complied with. So, you know, depending on where you're at in that area, within 100 feet, you could have 3 different sets of rules applying to you, depending on whether the covenants apply, the zoning is different, or because there you go from the very bottom is commercial zoned, right next to Highway 3. Then you've got Humboldt Homes, which is zoned differently, and then you've got the industrial zoning at the very top of that next to Union Cemetery. So it changes very quickly through there, even though the uses are pretty similar with the exception of Humboldt Homes. So, and they did reach out to me and asked, what's the potential use of this building? And their only concern was noise, and due to the fact that it's going to be a storage building, I said, there's nothing precluding somebody from using that in the future for a commercial purpose, but I think the intent for the building is just, personal use storage, some egg storage, things along those lines.
Alrighty. Any other comments from the council? Do we have any written comments or objections on file?
No, we don't.
Do we have any comments or objections from the general public in attendance this evening? There being no more comments or objections on the rezoning request as recommended for approval by the Planning and Zoning Commission, I will close the public hearing at 5:39. Under new business, we need a motion to approve a new retail cigarette tobacco permit for Dollar General Store, number 8761.
Everything's in order.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And we need a motion to approve the renewal of a Class C beer permit and Sunday sales privilege for Casey's Marketing Company, doing business as Casey's General Store, number 51.
Everything's in order for that one.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we need a motion to approve the renewal of a Class C liquor license and Sunday sales privilege for JOD Incorporated, doing business as El Valle Grocery, El Valle Grill.
Everything's in order for that one.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And last, we need a motion to approve the renewal of a Class C liquor license and outdoor service and Sunday sales privilege for Gary P. Stottleman, doing business as Frank's Naughty Fun.
That was still pending Dram Shop. He'll get that before I send it into the alcoholic beverages.
Move to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under resolutions, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-08. A resolution appointing city officials and representatives to various city boards and commissions.
This resolution will appoint Frank Rathke to the Planning and Zoning Commission in the vacant spot on the commission. It's always important to get those filled because it's very easy to not hit a quorum on that board. It's just, sometimes it's hard to get people at 7 a.m. to kind of discuss zoning changes, so.
Are we at full strength there, or are we still running short?
No, we're full on planning and zoning. The last one, and a perfect example is last meeting, we had 2 folks that couldn't make it because they were out of town. If we were missing one more, we would have been not at a quorum, not able to act on anything that the council's considering. So, which all of those meetings require a lot of notice. So that's the big problem, is you can't just call it the next day. So, the one other thing I would mention is the Humboldt County Housing Development Corporation. The supervisors switched from Jerry Haverly to Rick Peterson on that board, and that doesn't require an action of the city council, but just so you know, the makeup's changed a little bit on that board too.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call vote.
Goodell,
Aye.
Slater,
Aye.
Baumgarten,
Aye.
Rusher,
Aye.
Hayter.
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-09. A resolution approving pay estimate number 7 from Industrial Process Technology Incorporated of Fargo, North Dakota, in the amount of $282,566.51 for the 2012 Humboldt Water Treatment Plant Improvement Project.
IPT continues to communicate well with the city and people service. They're working on blasting and process work on the well side of the plant to get the site completed before summer and higher water usage. The well side can produce water at a faster pace than the spring side and is needed to keep run times low. Right now they're at a 16-hour run time. In the event of several water breaks or a fire in town, that run time gets higher and higher to where you only got 24 hours in the day at a certain point. So it's not really a risk because we can emergency isolate most breaks if need be. Right now we give everybody notice and let the water flow, but if it was a risk where something affected the tower, we'd just isolate it right away. And people would be out without service, without notice, but it'd keep the system intact. So it'll be nice to get this back up and move over to the spring side, which will be a little bit in a little bit better shape over the spring, I think. The one last thing, I guess, the loan for this project that we've been considering for the last several meetings, that'll be closed in the coming week. So. All the funding will be there for the project.
Move to approve.
Second. Roll call vote.
Slater,
Aye.
Baumgarten,
Aye.
Rusher,
Aye.
Hayter,
Aye.
Goodell.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-10. A resolution approving contract change order number 1 with Chicago Bridge and Iron Incorporated of Plainfield, Illinois, for the 2012 500,000-gallon elevated storage tank water tower project for a net addition to the contract price of $44,100.
This change order provides for an insulated storage area at the base of both towers for controls and equipment. It's preferable to the original design, which just had a small kind of shanty, I guess, kind of in the base of the towers. Provides better security and insulation for the controls, which probably will mean extra life for those controls. They tend to be very expensive and very fickle. I know that from conversations with several engineers, it's preferable to not have those in the towers, but due to the height variation with the FAA requirements on the north tower, it was necessary to put those controls in those buildings. But the added benefit is a little bit of extra heated storage for the city. We'll be able to put odds and ends in the base of these buildings. Probably, stick with water and wastewater for the most part, and then whatever else we can give to the streets.
What are we talking, like a 20 by 20 building, or it will be around the base of the tower and stuff then, or what are we talking?
It's the full base.
The
So
full
you've
base.
got the pipes that come up through the middle, and then you'll have some control equipment around those pipes, and then the full outside of the dome that you kind of see at the north side, that full bottom part
So it'll actually be in the tower.
Yeah, it'll be in the tower, it'll be a full room in there.
Will it be like the one on the hill, just a walk-through door, or will it actually have a garage door?
It'll just have the regular walk-through door
So
to
we gotta
it,
put
so
that
it's
in.
not like you can back a, trailer or something in there, but, a lot of times, my thought is, if we lose the water department building down here, which is not exactly the best shape, a lot of what they store there tends to be, once we get rid of the lime sludge truck, a lot of what they store there tends to be meters and things like that. So those are things that could easily be stored in the base of these, in the water towers. Should the cost of maintaining the building, the block building down here, rise to the point to where it doesn't make sense to have it anymore.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Baumgarten?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Hayter?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the following proposed resolution number 2013-11. A resolution approving pay estimate number 4 from Chicago Bridge and Iron of Plainfield, Illinois, in the amount of $95,695.12 for the 2012 500,000 gallon elevated storage tank water tower project.
The company has started construction on the tower, it's regularly delivering materials to the crew on the site. I think I was surprised actually how quickly some of that bottom part went up. It'll still take a considerable time until we see the finished water tower there, due to the painting, the outside paint, well, the painting in general takes a long time. So the usage completion is still July 2013, this year. But the actual completion of the project will actually be closer to September, though we'll be able to put it into use in July.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call vote?
Rusher?
Aye.
Hayter?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Baumgarten?
Aye.
Under ordinances, we need a motion to approve the first reading of the following proposed ordinance. An ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances and official zoning map of the city of Humboldt, Iowa by amending Chapter 165, Section 11 pertaining to uses in the C1 Central Business District.
This is just the change of residential uses in the central business district, so.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Hayter?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Baumgarten?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the first reading of the following proposed ordinance. An ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances and official zoning map of the city of Humboldt, Iowa by amending Chapter 165, Section 14, Paragraph 1 pertaining to uses in the I-1 General Industrial District.
This change will allow for the wood structures in industrial districts.
Move to approve.
Wood frame structures. I don't want to say wood structures.
Second.
Roll call vote?
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Baumgarten?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Hayter?
Aye.
Next, we need a motion to approve the first reading of the following proposed ordinance. An ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances and official zoning map of the city of Humboldt, Iowa by reclassifying certain real estate from an R1 residential zoning district to an I1 industrial zoning district.
Just reclassifies what's currently the compost pile as an industrial zone and enable it to be incorporated into the industrial park.
Move to approve. Second.
Roll call vote?
Slater?
Aye.
Baumgarten?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Hayter?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
And next, we need a motion to approve the first reading of the following proposed ordinance. An ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances and official zoning map of the city of Humboldt, Iowa by reclassifying certain real estate from an R3 residential zoning district to a C2 commercial zoning district.
This is just the land next to Highway 3 and 19th Street North, changing it to a commercial district.
So move. Second.
Roll call vote?
Baumgarten?
Aye.
Rusher?
Aye.
Hayter?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
And what is an R3 originally?
Multifamily, so it'd be apartments and whatnot.
Because that was originally gonna be where the group home type building and stuff was, wasn't it? Am I mistaken on that?
Yeah.
That Sands was putting up?
Yep, that's right.
Would that have fallen under an R3 originally?
Yeah.
That would have been, okay, because that's what that was gonna be, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And evidently, the zoning before that, when it was switched to R3, was C2. So it's actually reverting
Okay,
it back
it's
to
going
what
back
the
to what it was,
original
okay.
zoning was. And then if you go all the way back to the future land use map that we had, I think from many years ago, it was actually never, it just was unclassified. So it's kind of, Scott Curran kind of gave the background as far as how that's progressed over time, so.
Okay, I'm just curious. Do we roll call that, do we? Did we-
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Did
okay.
we have a motion? Oh, we did?
Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah,
roll called it.
okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Make sure we're done with that,
We've
okay.
done lots.
Okay.
Lost track.
Next, we need a motion to approve the first reading of the following proposed ordinance. An ordinance amending the code of ordinances and official zoning map of the city of Humboldt, Iowa by reclassifying certain real estate from an M1 mobile home and residential zoning district to an R3 residential zoning district.
Just reclassifying the mobile home area next to the fish ponds there.
Move to approve.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Rusher?
Aye.
Hader?
Aye.
Goodell?
Aye.
Slater?
Aye.
Baumgartner?
Aye.
That is our last regularly scheduled things. Aaron?
No, nothing for now.
Gloria?
Nope.
Darrell? Joe?
Nope.
Joel?
Nothing. No, I don't.
Yep, good. Alrighty, I have something here. I don't know if all you're familiar with down and around Adair, Iowa, but there is a rock that the guy has painted down there that has to do with the veterans and stuff down there. And apparently the gentleman that, called the Freedom Rock or whatever it is, apparently the gentleman that has painted that would like to do one in each county in the state of Iowa. And Dave Lee met with the supervisors this morning and got permission from them to get a rock and put it at the courthouse up there to display it. It will be painted, and I have some pictures here of some of the things the guy's done and stuff anyway. But they would like to look for funding from the city anyway. The VFW is looking to put in money. Dakota City is pledging money for the project. The supervisors are putting in some money, and if we would put some money in, they would like to move ahead with the project. Is between $5,000 and $6,000 for the painting and lodging and things for the guy to come up here and take care of. From what I gathered from the conversation with Dave Lee is that Dakota City is putting up $1,000 toward the project. VFW, from what I understand, is putting up an equal share, not more. Supervisor putting up some money and stuff, and so he just brought this for me to bring before the council to see if it's something we'd be interested in contributing money toward or not anyway, from tourism standpoint or honor to the veterans or whatever you want to call it and stuff anyway, so.
I think we should.
Okay. Amount, Darrell?
1,500.
We could put it on the agenda for the next meeting.
Yeah, I think we can bring it back and
Yep, no, that's fine.
put it on the agenda.
Any other discussion on that, everybody? Good with that?
I would be for that,
Okay.
if we've got.
And that, like I said, Aaron said it could either come out of the funds from the hotel tax, because that's for tourism dollars and stuff, or we do have some,
Mhm.
which could come from, or, give either way, so, but that's
Yeah.
something the council will decide where they want to bring it from and stuff anyway, but we'll bring it before the
Yeah.
council at the next meeting and then and stuff, and talk about that. But I wanted to bring it up now, if anyone would like to see this, like I said, it's 99 County Freedom Rock Tour is what it's called. You must have one for people who go around tour all the different rocks and all the different counties and stuff and everything, so. That's all I've got. Unless you got anything else? If not, we need a motion to schedule Tuesday, February 19th, 2013 at 5:30 PM as the date and time for the next regular meeting of the Humboldt City Council, and adjourn this session at 6:54.
Move to approve.
Second?
One last thing before we sign off, I do want to say we did have a meeting with a group for the 150th for Humboldt, which is coming up, which will be over the July 4th weekend at coincide with the parade and stuff. And we're having some more meetings and stuff coming up, so if anyone has any ideas or things they'd like to bring up, bring them up to City Hall or whatever and stuff. And we'll be meeting roughly about every 2 weeks till we can kind of get things rolling and stuff, because we are behind schedule for planning anyway, so.
Need a vote on adjournment.
Yes. I want to get that in before we vote then. All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you and good night.